Excellencies, distinguished delegates, and fellow youth leader, we arrive at this climate assembly at a fragile historical turning point. Across the global south, our current approach to the green energy transition is fluctuating. For too long, international frameworks have treated climate action merely as a game of technocratic asset, sweeping and replacing coal with panels or turbine while completely ignoring the human and ecological reality on the ground. As a fellow of the pathway to COP31 from Indonesia, I stand here to deliver a clean warning from our frontline territories. There is no justice without democratization, and we cannot talk about saving the atmosphere while allowing top-down clean energy directive to inflict deep structural trauma on our communities. Inequality is not accidentally byproduct of economic growth or technology. It's the deliberate outcome of political, legal, and institutional choices. Joint research by Aman and Human Rights Initiative 2024 reveals that 30% of Indonesia indigenous and low-income community, roughly 95 million people, are actively excluded for deciding their own energy future. This systemic exclusion breeds profound climate injustice. Under the guise of international green transition, we are witnessing the emergence of green colonialism. On Kabian Island, aggressive nickel mining for the global electric vehicle supply chain has stripped uphill catchment forests, triggering devastating mud floods and destroying small-scale fishing and farming economies. On Obi Island, nickel smelter operate completely out of the green grid, relying on 33 gigawatts of dirty captive coal plant that trap local families in severe respiratory crisis. Furthermore, in Merauke, South Papua, over 460 hectares of primary tropical wetlands are being cleared for corporate bioenergy monoculture without the consent of indigenous Maori people. We are destroying natural carbon sink for feed industrial green supply chain, while hundreds of thousands of deep rural households are left in complete darkness without proper functional access to electricity. The catastrophic December 2025 floods in Sumatra serve as a heartbreaking reminder. Top-down economic structure that ignore ecological safety do not build resilience, they obliterate livelihoods. True long-term climate resilience cannot be built in corporate bedroom in Jakarta or Washington. Change will only happen when local communities are included as a subject and decision maker rather than passive obstacle to a project. Therefore, we demand a structural pivot toward public-community partnership. First, national government must pass the long-delayed Indigenous People Bill to legally bind free, prior, and informed consent, granting community explicit veto power over projects that threaten their food and water sovereignty. Second, international finance mechanism must bypass corporate monopoly. We demand a mandatory 50% minimum of incoming global climate funds, including just energy transition partnership allocation, be directly trying to Indonesia Environmental Fund or BPDLH to indirect finance decentralized, community-owned solar and microgrid grids. Third, we must implement a clean energy royalty tax on extractive to fund independent regional restorative trust fund managed by youth and local citizens to pay for environmental remediation and green jobs retraining in transitioning coal hubs like Pasir and Muara Enim. Distinguished delegates, the youth are not passive spectators awaiting international charity. We are a disciplined, highly illiterate workforce for climate change catalysts, actively organizing territory through framework like Youth Rising for Green and Just Energy Sovereignty and the Institute Hijau Indonesia. As we look towards COP31, let it be known that a transition that saves the atmosphere but destroys the community is a systemic failure. We call on world leaders to choose democratization over centralization and human dignity over corporate monopolies, Let us build our energy transition that brings true healing to our people, our nature, and our future. Thank you.